Hello. So moving on to the next part of a chapter, that is motion. We have talked about measurement, its unit, its standard ways and measures, all the things in a earlier part of the chapter, earlier two parts of the chapter. Now we'll move on to the next part, that is motion. Now all of you know that we keep on changing our places, we keep on changing our positions. Not only we, but the things which we see around, all of them keep on changing their places. Only the living ones. Okay. Now table, chairs, they do not change their position on their own, but we can move them. Yes, but we can move them from one place to another. These objects are at rest, but they can move with the help of a source. It can be a person. Okay. Now a person who is walking, or a moving car, a running cat, or a flying bird, they all are changing positions with respect to their surrounding, and we say that they are all moving. So when an object changes its position or direction with respect to its surrounding with time, the object is said to be in motion. Okay. Now motion is always relative. How it is relative? For example, when all things inside a car are at rest. Now when a car is been moving, the person or the people, those who are sitting inside the car, they are at rest. But the person who is watching them from outside the car, they will say that everyone inside the car is moving. Yes or no? Along with the car, the people inside are also moving. So we always relate the thing. When the person who is at rest outside, who is standing on a road, and he sees a moving car, according to him everything inside the car is been moving, but according to the people, those who are sitting inside the car, they are at rest. So we always relate the motion. So all, it's known as that motion is relative. Okay. Now we will see different types of motion. There are different types of motion. We will talk about them one by one. Here you can see rectilinear motion, curvilinear motion, translatory motion, circulatory motion, oscillatory motion, and periodic motion. These are the different types of motions which we will be talking about in our coming slides. So the first type of motion which we will talk about is the translatory motion. Now when you observe a car moving on a straight road, okay, this type of motion where all the parts of the car are moving simultaneously, of course they are moving together, so such kind of motion is known as translatory motion. Now this translatory motion can further be divided into two parts, that is rectilinear motion and curvilinear motion. A car which is moving on a straight road, that motion is known as rectilinear motion. When a body moves along a straight line, this motion is known as rectilinear motion. And instead of that, if a car is taking turn from a curved road, it's known as a curvilinear motion. Like in you can even see the example being shown in the figure. The bicycle which the person is riding, he is riding it in a straight line, and that's known as the rectilinear motion. But on the other picture you can see that there are curves being formed. Okay. And this is a curved path where the train, you can see in fairs and all, these all take curved motions, and such kind of motion which is being done along a curved path is known as curvilinear motion. The other examples for rectilinear motion and curvilinear motion can be like a ball rolling on a flat ground, an apple falling from a tree, water flowing from a tap. All these are examples of rectilinear motion. Whereas a train taking a curved path in a hill station, a dolphin taking a dive in a water, a ball coming down after being thrown up at an angle, all these are examples of curvilinear motion. Okay. Then the next kind of motion is the oscillatory motion. Now when you sit on a swing, yes, when you go to a garden and sit on a swing, you go to and fro, you go forward, you go backwards. Yes, so you go back and you again come forward. So this kind of motion in which you move to and fro about a central or a mean position is called as an oscillatory motion. Okay, you go in front, again you come back, but you come in the central position again and again whenever the turns have been taking place. So such kind of motion is known as oscillatory motion. The other example for it is a sieving machine needle. Yes, when you have seen a needle which is placed in a sieving machine, it goes up and down, so it's moving only in two directions. Such kind of motion is known as oscillatory motion. Other example for it is movement of a seesaw, a swinging motion of your hand when you're running. When you run, your both the hands, one hand goes in front, one goes back. Other, when you take other foot, it one other one which was back again, it comes in front, and the one which was in front, it goes back. So this shows you the movement of your hands. This kind of motion is known as oscillatory motion. Fine. Then the next kind of motion is circular, periodic and random motion, okay, which is similar to each other. Now circular motion is the motion where it moves from a central position. It always moves from a fixed central position, like the hands of the clock. Yes, it is fixed in the hand of a clock is fixed in the middle and it moves from there. Such kind of motion is known as circular motion. The other example which you can see in the figure is a merry-go-round, in that the central part of it is fixed, but other parts, the seats which have been fixed on it, it keeps on moving on the middle axis or the middle point. Okay, even wheel of a moving car, the central disc is being fixed and the car wheel keep on moving. Earth's movement on its own axis is also an example of circular motion. Okay, then we have the next kind of motion which is known as periodic motion, in which the motion repeats itself after a fixed interval of time. So there is a certain period being decided for the motion, like motion of hands of a clock and to and fro movement or motion of a pendulum. Now in earlier days there were clocks in which pendulums were fitted. Pendulum is what? There is a horn which been fixed on the bottom. You can see in the diagram also, O is the mean position of it. It moves towards its right and left. Okay, whenever it's been moving to right and left, it comes to the mean position in the middle position again and again. So such is the in this kind of motion, is it so that it takes 10 minutes to move towards A and 5 minutes to move towards B? No, it will take the same kind of same time to move in both the directions, and therefore such kind of motion is known as periodic motion. Then we have the third kind of motion, that is random motion, in which there is a combination of all the above types of motions which we have seen until now. Now when an ant is moving or a butterfly is flying, we cannot say in which direction it is going to move on. It will change its position as he wants, and therefore such kind of motion is known as random motion. Now this was all about different kinds of motion. Now many a times it happens that at the same time different motions takes place. Like in our daily life, we see many objects undergoing two different kind of motions simultaneously, like a moving car which moves straight, so it shows rectilinear motion, but at the same time the wheels of the car which are moving in circle, it displays circular motion, and therefore wheels of a moving car displays both rectilinear as well as circular motion. Okay, so here when we talk about a moving car, you can see two kind of motions in it, that is rectilinear motion as well as circular motion. So this was all about measurement and motion. We have done with our chapter over here. Okay, we will meet again very soon. Bye. Thank you.